Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, folks, going to cover the Snub Bowl, which is Florida State. They're talking about a boycott, also a press conference that has been canceled. And I did see the Jordan Seatan commitment to Colorado.
Flag.
And I'll cover that in a video later today. I need a chance to wrap my head around that because that's kind of crazy.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Colorado wasn't even listed on this fella's. He's the five-star offensive lineman that several teams like Tennessee, Ohio State, and Oregon were looking to pick up, and he picked Colorado out of the blue. So I'll be covering that later today, but I've been working on this because I didn't know when Jordan Seatan was going to actually commit. Everything was on the down low until later. It wound up being 11 a.m. of all things. Let's get into this video. Needless to say, Georgia and Florida State are not happy. Now, nobody's less happy than Florida State. They feel very cheated is the right word. And needless to say, Georgia fans aren't exactly excited about the Orange Bowl either. I think both of these teams got cheated, honestly. I really do. And I'm a Tennessee fan, but I can see it for what it is. And a lot of this has to do with Florida State's quarterback getting hurt and all that. But what about Georgia? We're going to talk all about that. But let's talk about this boycott first. And this story is a Noel Game Day by Dustin Lewis, and it says College Football Playoff Committee shuts down contact page after outrage over Florida State's snub. And again, we'll talk about the press conference that was canceled as well. But it talks about Seminole fans are doing everything in their power to make sure their voices are heard. It says days have passed, but the feelings of betrayal and being cheated are still fresh in the minds of FSU fans. Of course, they were 13-0. So the Seminoles were at the forefront of a Sunday screw job while becoming the first undefeated Power 5 conference champion to be held out of the playoff. So the selection committee, compiled of 13 people in a conference room, made the decision to prevent Florida State from competing for a national title, costing the program millions of dollars in the process. It's not sitting right with the millions of people around the country, and the outrage is being directed in a variety of ways. And yeah, the Florida State fans, this is not going away.
It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
That's right. Nothing is over. For them, it's not over. Everybody thinks, oh, well, it's already been decided. They're not. Florida State fans are not going to just lay down and take this. They're very angry. And there's going to be a lot of people that refuse to watch it. Now, I do not think the team itself will boycott the Orange Bowl because it's still a great bowl game, but I can understand why they feel so cheated. And in Athlon Sports by Matt Audilette, Florida State boycott rumors swirling after Orange Bowl cancels press conference. It says the Orange Bowl canceled their scheduled press conference with Mike Norvell and Kirby Smart per Tim Reynolds AP News. The reason for this cancellation has not yet been revealed, but fans and analysts from around the college football world have a few ideas in mind. Many feel Florida State could be staging a boycott after their final college football playoff snub. If I'm FSU, I don't show up, but wait till kickoff to mess up the TV and ticket sales, one fan wrote. Says the We Don't Want to Be Here Bowl is going to be electric. Says one person said, cancel the entire thing. Both teams are so over it. And then some of the Georgia people are saying they're avoiding playing Georgia because they're going to get whooped, or they say that. I will tell you, nobody wants to be in that game. And we're going to get into that because I can tell you this is the way Georgia fans and FSU fans feel right now. No, they're not happy, and I don't blame them. And we're going to talk about this four-team playoff, which I can't stand. And if you've watched this channel over the last year and a half, which is how long I've been doing this, I don't like it. I've never liked it. The only thing worse than the four-team was the two-team BCS nonsense. And the ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips, was one of the guys that stopped the 12-team playoff from occurring this year. Our guy, the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey, very much wanted a 12-team playoff this year, but the ACC and two other conferences joined together to defeat the SEC and keep it from happening. Great job, Commissioner Phillips. Excellent.
Oh.
Excellent job. You totally screwed over your team. Florida State, nice job. 13-0, don't get to go. Way to go, Phillips. You the man. It says right here, it was less than 2 years ago that Phillips defiantly declared the ACC was firmly opposed to the idea to go into an 8-team or 12-team playoff. We're not opposed to expansion. At some point, Phillips said in January, right now, we don't feel it like it's the right thing to do in college football. That didn't age so well, now did it? Now, I'm going to go ahead and warn you folks. I'm going to talk about the 12-team playoff, the 4-team BCS. If you're somebody that's opposed to the 12-team playoff, the rest of this video is not for you.
Just walk away.
Exactly. Humongous always knows best. You need to walk away, because I'm fixing to get on my soapbox. I have been railing against this for years and years and years. It's ridiculous. Look what you got this year. Georgia loses by 3 points to Alabama in the SEC Conference Championship. They've won every game this year, every game last year, and every game the year before that. They're out. They lose by 3 points. A field goal that hit the upright and kicks off is why they're not in or didn't go into an overtime situation. And Jalen Milroe does a shuttle pass just like this in the key play of the game that allowed Alabama to continue on and win that ball game. So those two freak events, and Georgia's out. How is that fair to them in any world that we live in? Then FSU goes 13-0, wins every single game, comes over incredible odds, loses their starting quarterback. They're out. That's real fair. Ohio State loses by 6 points on the road at Michigan. Michigan's number one right now. Connor Stallions, great job, Connor. You the man. You should be assistant coach of the year. What is it, the Broyles Award? He should easily win the Broyles Award. But anyway, Ohio State, undefeated, beat everybody on their schedule. They lose by 6 points on the road. They're out. See you later. You don't get to continue on. Now, we had two teams that had one loss that got in, which was Texas and Alabama. I'm fine with both of those. But that's the problem with having 4 teams. It was only a matter of time before somebody went undefeated and didn't get in, even though you got 2 teams with 1 loss each. It's incredibly unfair. If we had a 12-team playoff, all of those teams are in, nobody'd be upset. Florida State would be 5th. They would be playing a home game in their own stadium against number 12. Now, they might be a little ticked that they're not getting a bye, but I promise you they'd be fired up and they'd be happy. Georgia be number 6, getting a home game in Georgia against number 11, and Ohio State would be number 7, getting a home game against number 10. Everybody's happy. The TV ratings are through the roof. Tens of millions of dollars is pouring into universities and to the cable stations, TV, all that. But no, 3 conferences said, no, this will not happen on our watch.
You're a low-down, pesky buzzard. Doggone you!
You don't get to have 12 teams. You only get 4. And Phillips was one of the main guys. So Florida State might ought to put some of their animosity towards the commissioners that went against this. Sorry, I'm on my soapbox, but I don't like the 4-team playoff. I never have. The only thing that was worse than that was the 2-team. So I got to have my say. And if you watch this and you already were warned and you're going to come in the comment section and give me grief, oh, how dare you? This is the way we've done it for years, and now you're ruining everything by having a playoff. What other sport doesn't have a playoff? Name one. Everybody has a playoff. That way you know who's the best team, not somebody's opinion. I like sports writers. I think there's some great ones out there, but their opinion about who's number 1 shouldn't matter. It just shouldn't matter that much. But it does in this situation. Everybody's opinion matters. That's the great thing about sports. You play it on the field.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
You know, my sport's golf. Whoever has the lowest round wins. It's not, you don't go to a committee, a stupid committee, and go, well, what do you think about the way I played today? Was it better than the way Jim played? Well, you know, we're going to have a committee meeting. We'll decide who won the Masters this year. No, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
You play it on the field. You don't play to impress the opinion makers.
Hallelujah! Where's the Tylenol?
Exactly. Where's the Tylenol? Anyway, I had to get this out, and I think Florida State got totally screwed over. I think Georgia did, and Ohio State. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. And I will cover the Jordan Seatan at some point later today. I'm still perplexed by that whole situation. Colorado? Dion? Anyway, And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover my Vols, the SEC, all this NCAA craziness. And if you've not subscribed, it's on your right, my left. Just hit that little button right there to help you get my content. And right over here's the most recent video. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. And I'll try to calm down, but I can't guarantee it.